Welcome to part 14 of my n8n training course. This part will focus on building a Discord chatbot, and I have structured this part into 7 points. First of all, I would like to elaborate on the fact that n8n does not support WebSockets yet. Then I would like to explain the differences between WebSockets and HTTP requests. Then together we're going to set up Discord, GitHub and a service called Railway. Then we're going to build an n8n workflow that receives direct messages sent to a Discord chatbot and replies to them. Then next we're going to do the same with channel messages. Then I'm going to present the task, and then at the end we can compare the task solutions. First of all, if you don't know what WebSockets are, don't worry, I'm going to explain in a bit. Right now it's important that you understand that n8n does not support WebSockets. And why is this a problem? The problem is simply that most of Discord API's functionality requires WebSockets. Especially for our use case, we want to create a chatbot, and when we send the chatbot a private message, a direct message, our workflow needs to be triggered. The same should happen when we send the chatbot a message inside of a channel and mention the bot. Okay? Right now, n8n supports receiving HTTP requests in the form of webhooks. And if you don't know what webhooks are, please watch part 10 of my n8n training course. Together, let's have a look at the Discord API's documentation. In the Discord API's documentation, we can see what information Discord would send to us as a webhook, for example, /commands, message commands, user commands, entry point commands. So this is all stuff that we do not need. So we can conclude that Discord API's HTTP events are not sufficient for our use case. There is a major difference between HTTP requests and WebSockets. Okay, so first of all, an HTTP request is a message sent from an HTTP client to an HTTP server. Okay, however, the HTTP server cannot respond a second time to the same request. It is called unidirectional. So for example, if you open your browser and you're opening chatgpt.com, you're sending request 1 to chatgpt.com, and chatgpt.com is responding to this request 1. So now you got your response, and now if chatgpt.com, this HTTP server, is trying to send you a second response to that same request, there is going to be a server error. Okay, there is going to be literally a server error 500 on the HTTP server chatgpt.com. A WebSocket request is also a message sent from a WebSocket client, for example your browser, to a WebSocket server. However, the WebSocket server in this case can respond a second time to the WebSocket client. This connection is called bidirectional. So in your browser, if you send a WebSocket request to chatgpt.com, chatgpt.com answers with 1 response, 2 responses, or 3 responses. And there's not going to be any error. Your browser can handle these responses well. On top of that, your browser can even send a second request and not going to get an answer, and there is no error. The fact that n8n does not support yet WebSockets is not a problem, because we are going to deploy an open source WebSocket client that forwards Discord messages to our n8n workflow, more specifically to our webhook. So basically, whenever the Discord API receives, for example, a direct message to the chatbot, it sends a WebSocket request to our WebSocket client, and our WebSocket client is going to send an HTTP request to our n8n workflow, more specifically our webhook, and our WebSocket client is running on a service called Railway. The next steps are setting up the Discord server and bot. Then regarding the WebSocket client, we need to fork the code, the open source code with GitHub, deploy it with Railway, and then connect our WebSocket client with the n8n webhook. So let's start. First of all, please go to discord.com and create an account. And when you're done, please come back to this video. Once you have created your Discord account and you have successfully logged in, you should see a screen like this. So please search for a plus in order to create your own server. So please click the plus, then click on create my own server, then for me and my friends, and now just give it some name, for example, John Doe 3K server, and click on create. And now you have your own server. Now that you have your own Discord account and server, it is time to create your Discord bot. So please go to discord.com/developers/applications. On the Discord developer page, please click on new application up here. Then give your bot a name. I'm going to call mine here n8n-bot. Confirm these terms and then click on create. Confirm that I'm human. And the first thing we need to do is we need to click here on bot. And we need to click on reset token. So this is going to be our token that we're going to use later and plug it into the WebSocket client. So click here on copy and then paste it somewhere in a text editor, for example. And then next, click on O of 2 up here. And we are going to set up our bot scope so that our Discord application acts like an actual bot. So click on bot, then scroll down a little bit to bot permissions here. And here we need to send messages, we need to read message history, and we need to view channels. Okay. When you have selected those 3 bot permissions, further scroll down. And now there is an unintuitive part. So this URL here, you need to copy it, open a new Chrome tab, and paste it and press enter. And now you need to confirm that this bot may enter your server. So here you need to select the server that you want your bot to enter, and then you click on continue. Then you click on authorize, that we allow this bot to view channels, send messages, and read message history, and click on authorize. Confirm that we are human. And now when you see this success message, this means that the bot has entered your server. So you go to your Discord tab, and then you should see that the n8n bot here has entered your server. Now that we have set up our Discord account, server, and bot, it is time now to create a GitHub account. So please create a GitHub account and please remember your GitHub credentials, because later we're going to sign up for Railway with our GitHub credentials. So please come back to this video when you have set up your GitHub account. When your GitHub account is ready, please go to github.com/jan-salaria/discordbot. When you have arrived here on this GitHub repository, please click on fork to create an own local copy for your own repository that you have full control of. Okay, so please click on fork and then give it a name. Then you wait a little bit. And now you have your own local copy. Now let's go to railway.com together and set up Railway. Now here at railway.com, we're gonna put our WebSocket client into the cloud by connecting Railway with our GitHub repository and select our repository that we have just forked. So let's accept the cookies here, and then let's create an account together. And here you need to click on continue with GitHub. And then you authorize Railway. And of course, we're gonna agree to those terms of service. Yes, okay. And then please click on GitHub repository. And click on configure GitHub. And here you can select the repositories that you want to expose to a Railway. In my case, I only have one for my test account. So I'm going to click on all repositories, and then I'm going to click on install and authorize. Okay, so this is a free trial version. And this looks good. I'm going to close this window because I'm logged in now into this window here, but I want to be logged in into this outer window. So I'll close this window. I'm going to reload the main page. And now I'm seeing here my repository that I want to deploy. And I'm going to click on this. And now I'm waiting. In case that you see something like this here, like limited access, this means that you are having a really new GitHub account and that Railway is gonna check your GitHub account in order to prevent you from executing potential malicious code. So if you see this, just wait a few days or pay the $5 so that you can deploy your code in the Railway cloud. For my case, I'm going to switch to my other GitHub account that exactly has the same code, so there will be no difference for teaching how to connect the WebSocket client with the n8n webhook. In your n8n dashboard, please click on Create Workflow here, and please click on Add First Step. And now we want to create a webhook by searching for web and then selecting this webhook. And now what we want to do is we want to create a webhook that receives messages from our WebSocket client. Okay, right now our WebSocket client needs two more information. The first one is this webhook URL. And the first thing we need to do is we need to change the HTTP method from get to post. And then we need to copy this URL. And in my case, I'm going to save it alongside the bot token. So up here, I have the bot token. This is the bot token from our Discord bot, and this is the webhook URL. And now we're gonna need to plug in those two information into our Railway app so that the WebSocket client can have all the information it needs to run. So let's go back to our Railway application. In your Railway app, please click on variables, and then the first thing we need to paste here is our Discord bot token. So I'm gonna copy it here from the text file, and then I'm gonna paste it here in this text box, and I'm gonna click on add, and then I'm gonna add a new variable, and this variable is called n8n capital case webhook URL, and here I'm gonna copy and paste the webhook URL. Then I'm also gonna click on add, and then you need to click on deploy, and then you need to watch the deployment here. So right here, this is in state building. You're gonna click on it, and then you can see how the application is being built. And then when you click in the deploy logs, you should see bot is online, and now the bot is online and ready to receive messages. Back in your n8n workflow, please make sure that your webhook is listening. So let's click on listen for test event. Then please change to the Discord tab and make sure that you are on the server in which your n8n bot is. Then please click on n8n bot, and let's send the n8n bot a private message. And now we see that we have received a message here, and we see that in this object there is a nested sub-object called body. And in this body consists of 3 key value pairs. The first one is type, and the second one is user ID, and the third one is message. We want to now reply to this message. So let's go back to Canvas here, and let's create a new node, and we're gonna look for Discord. And here the node is called send a message. And what we need to do first is we need to set up Discord credentials. So please click on create new credential here, and then you simply paste the bot token that you also pasted in the WebSocket client. So I'm going to go back to my text file here, and I'm going to paste the bot token. I'm going to click on save and then back. And now let's have a look at the incoming object. And here we see that we have this user ID, and we want to send to a user, so we say user, and then we send, then we define by ID, and here we're gonna drag and drop the user ID right here in this text field, and as a message we simply say hello world, okay, a static message. And then we also need to select the server, so you make sure that you select your server in which your n8n bot has joined. So let's click this, and let's click on back to Canvas, and let's execute this workflow. Okay, and now I'm gonna write another message to the n8n bot. And now I see I got the response, hello world. Back in our n8n workflow, let's have a look at the structure of the incoming webhook. So here we see that in this body object, we see that the type is direct underscore message. So when direct underscore message is set, we know that this is a direct message. So let's test what the type is when we receive a message coming from a channel. So let's deactivate this node just temporarily, delete the connection, and double click on the webhook. And here let's just listen for a test event, and let's go back to Discord and back to the Discord server, and let's mention the n8n bot and say hi here. Okay. So now the message has arrived here, and now we see that right here there is this body object too, and here the type is channel mention. Okay, and the user ID from which the message was sent is also here. And here on top of that, we also have a channel ID. Okay, so let's try to reply to the channel with the static text hello world. So let's go back to Canvas. Let's click on the plus here and let's search for Discord and then send a message. Ah yeah, here, it's right here. Let's send a message again. And this time we want to send a message to a channel here. And the channel is also identified by an ID. So let's copy paste this channel ID right here into this text field. Let's also select the server from the list, John Doe 3K's server. And the message is simply hello world. Okay, so this looks fine. Okay, so let's go back to Canvas and let's re-execute this workflow. Let's go back to the Discord channel and let's mention the n8n bot again. And here we see now we have received the reply in the channel. Back in your n8n workflow, I want to make this workflow a little bit more flexible. So whenever we receive a direct message, I want to reply with a direct message. And whenever we receive a mentioning inside of a channel, I want to reply within the channel. So let's first of all reactivate this upper node here and then delete this connection. So basically what we need now is an if node that checks if the incoming message in the webhook equals a direct message. So whenever the type is direct message, I'm simply going to reply directly to the user. And so please click on plus and search for if. And now we're gonna check if the type here is direct underscore message. And if this condition is met, then we're gonna continue here, and otherwise we're gonna continue there. And yeah, let me rename this upper node to send direct message. I guess this is more intuitive. Send direct message. And the lower one, I'm gonna let me rename it to send channel message. Okay. So the if node here passes all the incoming data to the next node So this upper node here has access to these input to this object here as if it were its direct predecessor. So we can refer here to the data from the webhook with the $JSON.body.userid, for example. So this should be fine. Here it's the same. Here we are referring to $JSON.body.channelID. And what we have to do now is we simply have to test. So let's click on execute the workflow. And let's go to our Discord server here. And let's first test the mentioning inside of a channel. Let's say n8n bot hi. And here we get the reply. Then let's go back to our workflow and restart it. And then we go to the Discord server again in the private messages. And here we're going to say hi again in a direct message to our n8n bot. And here the message is hi. And here we see that the message has not been answered twice here. So we have set up correctly that either the direct message or the channel message is being replied. Welcome to the task. So please, instead of always answering with hello world, make the Discord chatbot answer with the help of an AI agent. Have fun solving this task, and you may pause the video now until we compare the solution. In our n8n workflow, first of all, we need to think of where we're gonna position the AI agent. So I would suggest that we position it right here after the webhook in front of the if node. So I'm gonna delete this connection now, and I'm gonna click on the plus. And then I'm gonna look for AI agent. And first of all, we need to define the chat model. So let's click on the plus. And in my case, it's OpenAI. So I'm going to pick that. And by the way, if you don't know about AI agents, I recommend you to watch part 8 of my n8n training course where I explain it. So let's have a look at the webhook again. And here we see that there is always this message that equals something. And my suggestion would be that we simply let the AI agent answer to this message. And then we're going to send back the message either to the direct conversation or to the channel. So let's click on back to canvas and double click on the AI agent here. And let's select define below. And here we can say you are a Discord chatbot. Answer the following or answer the message. And then we're gonna refer to that message. Yeah? JSON.body.message. So let's test it. Yes, and this looks like a typical response from OpenAI. So let's click on back to canvas and let's have a look at the if node here. And the if node now wants to still refer to the direct predecessor. So we're gonna update that. We can safely delete this, and we're gonna drag and drop the type from the webhook trigger here, and the condition stays the same. So we're gonna check if this is a direct message or not. So let's go back to canvas and let's have a look at the send direct message here. So here we can also load some input data, and the first thing that we can update here is we can take the message, take the output from the AI agent down here in the message, yeah, so that we respond with the output from the AI agent. And then we need to access the webhook and take the user ID from the incoming webhook data. So here we can delete this and drag and drop the user ID from the webhook. And this, I think, is it. Yeah, looks good. So let's go to the send channel message node. And here, first of all, we can also replace this hello world with the dynamic output from the AI agent. Okay. And what else? Here. Now we also need to replace this old expression with the direct access to the webhook. So right now in this last input, we don't have the channel ID given, but we know that it will exist whenever we receive a message inside of a channel that mentions the bot. So now we can delete this and let's say drag and drop the user ID, but here we're gonna replace this, or we're gonna rename the user by the channel ID. Okay, so now this is the channel ID, this is the message, and this looks good, I guess. So let's execute the workflow and test it. First of all, I'm gonna let's go back to the Discord server here, and we are in the channel. So let's mention the bot and say hi. And now we see this message seems like it's coming from OpenAI. Now let's restart the workflow again and go back to the Discord server. And now let's write the bot a direct message. Let's say hi. And now we see that we got a response from OpenAI.